Good evening, everybody. This is Harmeet from Sigma Picks. Thank you for tuning in. Today, for chart review, we're going to be going over BTC. I haven't done this review of BTC USD for a long time. Last time that I did do a review, it was back in May, and we were kind of looking at this this area right here, and we were kind of discussing where we can go from there and so forth. And there's a lot obviously has happened since. And just so you know that this is the way I have been following it. There are other accounts out there. I would probably would I would think that would be good for everybody to just kind of check out different accounts too, just not mine, and just know that there are different way of interpreting the wave count within a given set of rules. Okay, as long as those rules are not they're not violated, I think it'll be okay to say, hey, this is one way of interpreting it, but this is the way I'm looking at it. And we did end up seeing a move down and consolidation, okay, and then a move back up right here, and now we are in this another corrective wave, and that's why I decided, it's a good time to start do this review now, because everybody's kind of freaking out about what's going on. And yeah, that's normal for everybody to do so when they're on Twitter and everything is amplified 10 times and so forth. So just to kind of be analogous of what is going on right here, I want you to pay attention to this primary wave, okay? This W wave right here, and I want you to pay attention to exactly what is happening here. It's just not the magnitude of this correction has not been the same as this correction, okay, or at least for W wave. Now, can we get something out of it? What are we seeing? And that's a question that I think everybody should be asking themselves. Has this happened before? And hopefully you will understand the fact that the people that are involved trading in this will always behave in a way that their collective behavior will show up in the chart, bullish or bearish, okay? And that's what we're seeing. And I'm going to point this out. So we had a W wave down, a corrective X wave, and then we finished off with this Y wave before going on to making a new high. And that is exactly kind of the thing that we are seeing right now as we speak. We have this B wave down. This is a very momentous move. We have a corrective rally, and that's what we're seeing. And now we're getting this right here, okay? So the magnitude should be somewhat smaller, and we're also we're in the primary zone where we can look for things to kind of take a pause at least and give us an idea of what will happen. So just the areas to watch for now is your 48.9 and your 44. So let's just say 49,000 and 44,000. That's the area to watch for it to kind of rebound and give us, if we can get this, we know that we are in a similar structure and expect it to move back up and hopefully make an all-time new high. Okay, so that being said, where I'm just gonna kind of focus on what has happened since wave 4. So let's just quickly look at this, and then we'll go back and discuss what is happening right now. Just pay attention to how deep these corrections are, okay? And that's pretty much what we're getting. Pay attention to those corrections, okay? And this, I don't want you to worry about because that is an expansion. So what that is saying for now, let me just quickly point that out, what it is, so you know what's going on. So this value, oops. So this value, 39,422, is expanded, okay? So let's, oops, sorry. Trying to correct this. Okay, here we go. So just point it out. Okay, so this is your expansion right here. Okay, this moved down. Okay, and this moved down right here. Okay, those moves, this move down was only 38% of this move down. Okay, that's all it is. So that's just a fib retracement expansions. I mean, everybody's pretty familiar with this stuff and what is going on. So I won't. I will digress from that subject and we'll move on to what is happening over here. Okay, and so at least for my count, I think we're coming to an end of a larger wave count. We just finished the first one. Everybody should know the first wave. Okay, the first wave can retrace all the way down. So it can have 100% retracement. And that is something that you should be aware of. Anytime that you have this retracement, it can be 100% down. So wherever this, the 29,301 level, that can be hit. It's possible. So be aware of that. Understand that the first wave can retrace all of its gains all the way back to where it could be. You know, that's what forms a double fall bottom. That forms some sort of structure that, you know, you will see a lot of times in harmonics. Okay, and understand that we see these types of corrections quite a bit. Okay, these momentum moves are normal. It's okay. These are normal moves. These are normal. Okay, and that's what we're seeing. These are corrective moves. Okay, same here. This is normal for it to do and have these momentous move down. I think there are a lot of people that hold a lot of BTC from who knows when, you know, a decade ago, and they want to unload, say, 500 BTCs or 100 BTCs or 50 BTCs. It can really move the price one way or the other. And I think that a lot of you are probably experts at this kind of stuff more than I am. I'm more of a technical guy, so I would leave up to you to kind of understand what the volume was, you know, in these moves. That's it. There's nothing more to it. So let's see. We're gonna zoom in. Oh, before I go, I just wanted to also say that it should be noted that if we break through this right here, this last low, I think, why don't we just call it 28,000, this last low, that would mean that this was actually the end of the cycle, okay? And that would mean that this right here was the fifth wave. Okay, it's not 5 of 1 or 1 of 5. That this was the end of the fifth wave itself. Okay, and the reason I say that is because it actually meets all the criteria that 1, 2, this can be the third, fourth, and fifth, ending with this fifth wave, ending the fifth wave. So just be aware of that. Depending on how deep this correction gets, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we do know that we have some understanding of what is happening. All right, so let's just zoom in. Go ahead and zoom into this. Okay. So like I said, you know, we've seen this dance before. We know, excuse me, we know what's happening, and people shouldn't get panicked for now. There will be time to get panic and take profits if you have them. For example, if you start really going back through this 39,000 level or break through this 28,000 level, those are the areas where you want to be very diligent about taking some money off the table and wanting to you know, conserve some profits that you may have. So what can we expect from here? Expectations, just know, are a lot different than what actually happens. We can expect a rounded bottom just like that to form over here, okay, and hopefully it will get us to this 71,000 level. Of course, we have to get through this zone, the $63,000 zone, before we get there. Until then, it's just, it's consolidation. We cannot confirm that we get out of consolidation until that point is breached. Even though if it's breached, you can still have truncation events, but we'll get there when we actually have some sort of upside. I'm really interested in watching this area and this area and seeing how it develops. I think anybody who may not be in it want to start paying attention and want to start seeing if they can accumulate some BTC going in here. We know that this has to come down, and it is, before we can make a move up. Okay, it's a very stereotypical bullish W pattern, or a butterfly or Gartley, depending on how you look at the chart. Okay, we know so far that this has formed A, okay, B, and C. Okay, so we can say that this wave, it may be over. That is a possibility. We know that we're seeing same type of move down again, but the magnitude is a lot smaller. Okay, so we gotta start watching this area, especially this trend line right here, to see if there is some sort of support that may show up that says that the Y wave itself is over. Just no, don't rush in and be all super bullish when you get your first move down, second move up, and third move down. That should be expected. Okay, that's how corrections are formed. And then look for it. Same thing. Look for it to start moving back up. It would take a lot for Bitcoin to, at least I think, and anything can happen, that it will go below 28,000 at this point. Okay, it has to be a major regulatory thing, I would believe, something that happens in the US specifically, and just because I say that, because there are other countries that have gone in and put in regulations, and that didn't really do much, and it's the decentralization of this specific product that allows it to survive and thrive. So from now, just kind of watch and see what happens, and hopefully we'll get some sort of structure that we know that we can actually go in and make a trade. Okay, I hope this helps, and there is a lot going on in this chart. I will not be posting regular videos on BTC USD on YouTube, but they will be on my Patreon. You can get that information below, and what we will try to do starting next year is to have twice weekly chart review of what BTC is doing, so we can all follow along and learn, and go from there and just understand how it behaves. I think at this point we have enough information to know how this behavior happens. Okay, we are very well familiar with it. So I hope this helps, and I will see you for the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great day.